All right, welcome, welcome, welcome. Today we are bringing in Elle Ingalls. For those of you who have been following me for quite some time, you will know that I have done many, many videos with this beautiful soul and have learned a lot from her, and she's learned a lot from me. And today what we're going to do is we're just going to talk a little bit about Riverstone movement from a student's perspective. And so I want to just go ahead and dive in and ask you, first of all, Elle, before you started the 42-day Feel Good Rebellion challenge back in August, what was going on with your body, with your mind, your energy, anything? What was going on beforehand?
Yeah, I'm just going to be straight up honest. Okay. So I've been working with you for years. In fact, I was that student of yours that you put on camera over and over again, right? And so I've always been doing things that you've taught me, but I came into the rebellion because I don't really practice. Do you know what I mean? Like really practice. I just kind of live it, and move this way. But I just knew there would be something more for me. So I made a commitment. That's the other thing. And not just me, but other women in the group too. Like, when have you made a commitment to yourself to show up for 42 days to really do something? And you've made it so easy. So because you made it easy, I was like, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this and make this commitment to myself. So beforehand, I've been having some issues with my knee. So there's like some knee things that I wanted to see how they might resolve working with you. And just more better shape in the middle of my body too. So those were kind of my two things coming in. I was like, okay, like I know this will give me something more here. So yeah, that's my before and why I jumped.
Oh, so you went through and did the 42 days. So what was your experience during and even afterwards, now that we're, done with that first challenge? What did you experience?
Yeah, so much more intention about how I hold my body, how I move my body, how I keep my body really so healthy from a body mechanics standpoint. And the way you teach this is so accessible, because I've been in some other classes with people, but you teach it just so accessible, easy ways to understand. And so my experience was just gentleness. You never encourage us to push too hard or do anything that doesn't feel right. So there's a lot of accommodating, which doesn't happen in a lot of classes of things. So that was super cool, Leela. I also felt a lot of camaraderie with everybody else. I didn't know some of the people in there, but we just like really came together in support for each other. And I also loved how you had just a chat for us. So we didn't have to like look up another page. We could go in, you provided so much for us. So we could go into our Google Drive and get everything we wanted. But you just kept a little chat going for us too, which was beautiful. So yeah, I mean, I think that you really thought through all the things we might need to be successful here, and how amazing how we all showed up. I mean, I know I was probably the one who had to miss the most because I had clients and speaking engagements and stuff, but it was incredible. Like nobody dropped off. You know how usually people just kind of drop off? Nobody dropped off. We were all there to the very end, to the very last day, and you gave us a bonus day, which was magical. So yeah, and I actually recommitted, like I'm going to do the next 42 days with you because I need that support and I need that that camaraderie, that commitment. And because it's a longer session on Mondays and then shorter the other days, it's doable for me. Like I can do that. So that's what I mean by you've made it really doable. So yeah, I made another commitment. And in between, my son hosts a Slack channel where you can put anything in there that you commit to do 15 minutes a day. And because this is less than 15 minutes a day, I'm putting that right in my Slack channel with him. So, and I've been doing it. I've been doing something every day since we ended. So this in between part, I'm like, no, I'm going to keep my commitment to myself. So I'm using that Slack channel to keep my commitment to what I already learned with you. But I decided I'm going to jump in for another 42 days. My body is worth it. My being is worth it. And honestly, I'm going to be, again, super transparent and honest. You learn something the one week and then we move into the new material the second week. I'm forgetting what I did the first week because now I'm all in on the second week. So I want this material again. So I'm building it in me just so organically and so naturally.
Yay. And how is your knee?
So my knee still has some issues. However, what you have taught me is definitely helping it. And as I play with, like, when there is an issue, I go right into what I need to do based on the footwork that we did and the hollowing that you teach, like these cool concepts that definitely have helped it. So yeah, so that's kind of interesting. And I think I told you this the other day. I woke up after our last day, like I woke up, and the easiest way I can express this is like I felt so different in my body. Like you talk about like you've got your own back. I felt like my back body was so much more supportive in that I truly understood that concept. I mean, I've sort of played with that concept for years with you, but it was like, boom, okay. I was moving in the kitchen, like how I was moving and how I was doing things was just so liquid and so full. It was just really, really cool. So I got a ton of benefit out of this program, and I really highly recommend it to anybody who, like, maybe you do a lot of exercise. This is totally different. This is so different. It's not exercise. It's understanding how your body's put together and moving it in ways that support it. And that's what you teach. Super cool. That's what Riverstone is all about.
I love that. You're right. It is really about knowing your body. So I'm curious. I'll ask you two more questions. One,
Okay.
what would you say would be the biggest challenge to this challenge? Like, what was the hardest part about it all?
The hardest part. Every once in a while, there would be something where I would feel like, I can't really do that. So I would on my own figure out, like, what can I do out of this piece? Like, what can I do? And you're very accommodating that way. You're very helpful that way. But like, even on my own, I had to say, okay, so I can do this right now. And I feel that. I feel how that's moving my body. And so that would probably be one of the biggest challenges. Challenge for me was like, I had to like move my schedule around so I was able to be there with you. So, and that gets to making the commitment to yourself. We are really good at making commitments to other people. And so how are you going to make this commitment to yourself? I just shifted some things to like 11:15 instead of 11. I think this time you're going to do 6 p.m. Eastern. So like, I'm even looking at that, how can I make sure that I've wrapped up in time for a 6 p.m. class, and just making that commitment to yourself to shift the time. It's so worth it. I mean, you can take a 15-minute lunch, short break in your job and just see if you can schedule it at the time, depending on what the time frame is for you. It's so worth it. You're not going to get super sweaty. So it's like, you could even do it at the office and come back to work without, a huge issue there. So your heart rate will go up, but it's not like you need a shower after you do it. So
Yeah, I do love that you don't have to wear workout clothes if you don't want to.
no, I was sometimes dressed to be with a client when I was on, and then a lot of times I was in my workout clothes.
Yeah. So for anybody who might be considering joining, what would you say to them?
First of all, it's always painful to be on the fence. So if you've been thinking about this, just get off the fence, go to the other side. Just go to the other side. I say this about my work, I've said it about yours, but it's the kind of thing that will pay dividends for the rest of your life. Because if you're not holding your body in a way that is nurturing your nerves, all your body processes, if you're hunched over, if you've got tension anywhere, back pain, if you have back pain, just jump in. I mean, I don't have back pain thanks to Leela. I don't have hip pain thanks to Leela. You know, this injury I have in my knee is my own deal that I'm working on, but unbelievable. I used to have tons of foot pain. Remember that, Leela? Like tons of foot pain. I don't even remember the last time my foot was in pain now. It's just incredible how I've been able to work with it. And if I feel any of the twinge from my old injuries, I work with it the way you've taught me. So pain, if you want to get out of pain, just jump over the fence, just come in with Leela. She's a beautiful, beautiful coach. I tell her this all the time, but she becomes like an angel on the planet when she's coaching us. It's really marvelous. And it's worth experiencing. You won't regret it for a moment. You won't regret it. And she also draws to her really beautiful souls. So you'll meet some really beautiful people in the container, which is always a gift. But yeah, that's what I would say. It's just, if you're thinking about it, it's so worth it. Just make that investment in you. You're worth it. So hard to do sometimes, but you're so worth it. And yeah, that's what I would
Thank you,
say.
Al. This is so good. This is so helpful even for me as a teacher, and I really appreciate your commitment to yourself. You are an inspiration for so many people all around the world.
Thank
And
you.
I'm just going to wrap up now and tell everybody, if you have any questions, you want to talk, reach out to me in direct message. And if you want to check out the program, go to riverstonemovement.com. Thank you, Al. I love you dearly.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye.